Welcome back to the Midnight Memo. I'm Claire.
And I'm Kristen.
And thank you so much for joining us. It is the day, as you can probably tell from the light.
We usually don't lie about the time. I'm sorry. We did not. It's not midnight delinquency today.
Listen, we've been very busy, gals. We've been traveling around. Mm-hmm. We just got back from like a week in Mexico. It was great.
We had a little couples vacay, y'all. It was very cute.
Yes, it was really fun.
Yeah.
And luckily we didn't get as sunburned as I thought we would.
Listen. Yes. we didn't get sunburned. Our partners, on the other hand,
they might be a little toasty.
Mine is toasty. Yours is burnt.
Yes. But it was so funny because I was talking to him and he was like, oh, no, these aren't even as bad as I usually get them. Like sometimes I blister. And I was like, I didn't know that was a thing.
I would hate to live in that reality. Yeah. Where it's like, don't worry, I'm only fluorescent red, but I'm not blistering. I would hate that. I'm sorry. That's...
So 2 thumbs up.
Sounds like a bad time to me.
Yeah, truly. But this is the podcast where we get to talk about all the things that keep us up at night or during the day in this case.
Yep.
Yes. This is where our bags under our eyes are heavy, but our thoughts are heavier.
Yes!
Getting it!
Dude,
okay.
Nice.
Yeah. We're so professional now.
I have no hair to flip right now.
I do. I got you.
Thanks. Living vicariously through you.
Yes. And there's been this like trend on TikTok and now like
I think
further.
Yeah, like most of social or all the social media I'm consuming.
Yes.
For sure.
And it's like he's a 10 but and it kind of like lists out either like red flags or green flags of like a person that you would potentially want to date. And so
he's a 10 but a red flag, or he's a some lower number than 10 but, and then insert green flag. So we thought those were really, really funny, and since it's on trend right now, we figured why not fucking talk about it.
Why not? It can kind of go off of like last week's episode when we were talking about dating.
True. Wow, look at that. We're so good. We're a professional podcast.
Yes.
Listen, y'all. Oh my god, my eyeball.
All right.
Anyways.
So we both have lists on our phones, and then we're also going to be referencing like lists on this little computer here that you
can't see.
Ooh, jinx. Plus 100, bud.
Sorry, bud.
All right.
Yeah. So like we've talked about, as Claire pulls up that and hopefully pulls up on our computer, while we were on this vacay, as we've talked about previously in the podcast, Claire's in a jinx war with her partner, and Claire and I share one brain cell, in case you guys have not realized. So there were quite a few times where we jinxed each other in his presence, and immediately she would turn to him and be like plus 100, and I felt so bad for this man because I was like, I'm sorry, I'm adding to your total. I think we easily added 3,000 to his total.
Honestly, yeah, I think I was just like, you're at like 4,000 something.
At least.
No.
At least.
But he was joking, like at this point he should just cut his feet off. I'm like, yeah.
You're never getting a foot massage, just cut your feet off.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, so.
Do you want to start with the 10s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. Do you want to go first?
Okay. Oh, my phone's upside down. It's fine. You didn't see that. So it didn't happen.
Ooh. The magic of editing, they really could not see it.
Oh, okay. This is the one that I saw someone say, some video of it, and that's what inspired my idea for this. He's a 10, but he calls women females. I hate that. Oh my god, I can't express to you how much I hate that. When I hear a man call women females, and because it's always said derogatory, right? That's the whole issue. It's always said in a derogatory fashion, like basically trying to call you girls, but then like also calling you a bitch. You know, that's how I interpret it. So it makes me kind of want to strangle him.
Yeah.
So to me, he's like a -3. Like I can't do it. Absolutely not.
Like, is it? Oh, the females, they do this.
Yeah, like when he's talking generalizations about women, he'll, instead of being like, oh, women this, it's, oh, females. I feel like the only time I hear men use that is when they're trying to call women bitches, but they don't want to call them bitches. Like, it's always used in a derogatory, like, fashion. Or that's how I associate it with.
Yeah.
So that's why immediately I'm like, no. I can't think of a good example of when a man has used females in my presence without being derogatory.
Yeah.
Except like in a like talking about biology or some bullshit, but we're not talking about that.
I don't know, probably like a 2.
-3 for me. Absolutely not.
That's rough.
I could just like makes like no. Don't do it.
It makes you tense.
It makes me a little tense and kind of want to strangle you. It's not a threat. It's just a fact.
You should do it. She's a Scorpio.
She's a Scorpio.
She'll do it.
I was talking to someone I went out last night, was talking to someone, find out that he is also a Scorpio, and I was like, listen here, bud. I know the struggle.
I honestly don't understand, like, why Scorpios... It's Scorpios, Geminis, and another one that always get a bad rap.
I feel like Aries.
Yeah. I'm like, why? I don't know.
Because we're just very passionate people. It's fine. She says being a Gemini.
I don't know. We get a bad rap, and I was like, I don't know.
No sé.
Who's to say? Not I don't know anything about astrology. We should do an episode about astrology.
We keep saying it. We'll do it. Maybe that'll be next week's topic.
Yeah.
Tell us if you... Ooh, I didn't hit my mic. Tell us if you want to do an astrology episode.
Yeah. Let us know. Because we'll probably do it anyway. So.
Yeah. Let us know. It's not going to change anything. But, like, let us know. Hype us up a little bit.
All right. Mine is, he's a 10, but he has interests other than me.
As long as it's nothing creepy and does not harm others, still a 10. If it's creepy or harms others, 6.5.
Yeah. I think it was like, obviously this one was meant to be like funny. Be like, oh, like I should be the only thing he thinks about situation.
I see.
Yes. So in that sense, funny.
Other than me being the interest, not other than like my interest me.
Yeah.
Like, okay. That's ha ha ha. I was thinking it so literally. I was like, no.
No.
Okay, wait. Did I tell you this story? Did I tell you guys this story about how my mom lectured me that I had interests other than my partner? I got in trouble with my mom.
Damn, guy. That's cool.
I know. I was like, I'm your daughter. What are you? She fucking teamed up against me with my boyfriend, and he wasn't even there. She was like petitioning. Okay, basically, let me not talk around it. What had happened was, my boyfriend is into tennis, and I was FaceTiming my parents. He was out of the house. He was off playing tennis, and my mom was like, "Oh, where is he?" And I was like, "Oh, he's out playing tennis, whatever." And she's like, "Why aren't you playing tennis with him?" And I'm like, "Cause I don't like tennis."
Like, there are many reasons.
I have like -12 interest in tennis, which is fine and fair. Like, you know, we don't need to do everything together, which is healthy, I feel like. So I was like, he's doing his shit. I'm at home. I'm having dinner.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're like, I'm having the time of my life right now.
Exactly. So I was like, just hanging out. And she was like, why aren't you playing tennis with him? What if he needs a partner? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, that's why he has, I know it's hard to believe, but he has friends. Besides me.
That's a red flag.
How fucking dare he?
Hold on.
Bring it back. Yeah. Bring it back.
He's a 10, but he has friends.
He has friends besides me. Yeah, so crazy. She was like, why? Yeah, like, oh, what if he wants to play doubles? Like, he needs you as a partner. I'm like, listen here, Mom. I have no interest in tennis. I'm not good at it. If he ever wants to play and practice tennis, I'm the worst person for him to call up, because it'll just be me hitting the ball all the way to the other corner, and he's just going to shag the ball for like the entire time. It's no fun for him.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play with him. And she was like, well, you should. And like, you should have interest in his. And my dad was also on the call, and my dad was like, they can have different interests. It's fine. It's healthy. Yeah. Which, love that from my dad. But it was just so funny. My mom was like arguing in my boyfriend's case, being like, you should also like tennis. And I'm like, no, Mom.
No.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can live without having to play tennis.
Done 24 years without it. I think I'm doing all right.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, before like, I guess it came up in conversation on the trip that he plays tennis.
Yeah.
And so I hadn't thought about the sport all that much.
Fair. I feel like most people who don't play tennis don't really think about the sport, respectfully.
Yeah, it's true. And now I was like, wow, it's a really intense sport for, I don't know what I would compare it to. However, but I was like, out of nowhere, just like not thinking about tennis, and then like, oh, actually like analyzing it, I'm like, they are really intense. Like, it has to be like really quiet on the court.
That I don't get.
Like,
I don't understand the quiet, but I mean, I don't play, so no.
There's like the intensity of them trying out like 6 different balls before actually picking the one that they're gonna play with, which I'm like, I don't know, they all look the same to me.
The bounce looks the same.
Yeah, literally. I was like, I don't get the difference. And then they like hit them off the court, and then like the tennis ball getters, I don't know what they're called.
I think they're literally called ball boys.
The ball boys.
I could be wrong, but
they seem like they are stressed.
Yeah, and then feels like very military-y.
Yeah,
where they're just like,
yeah, they're standing there. They'll like sprint to get the ball, sprint back, and not move.
Have you seen? Was it you or some? Oh, I think we were also talking about tennis yesterday, and I think we're talking about the same thing with the ball boys, and someone was like, have you ever seen videos of them falling? And I was like, no. And they're like, it's funny. You should do it.
It's pretty funny. I will concur. but yeah, even when they fall, get up, and then they like don't move. I'm like, you can take a beat.
Yeah. It's okay. Fine. You just face planted into asphalt. It's okay to cry.
Yeah. And they'll just be like,
suck the tear back.
Yeah. And the tennis players like won't even acknowledge that happened. Yeah. And I'm like, did you not hear it? Because it's so quiet in the court. You would have heard the
the contact there.
Yeah. It's a very intense sport.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Now you can think about it. Let me know.
You guys can deliberate about that too.
But
contemplate it.
Yeah. Going back to he's a 10 and he has interests other than me, I would say that's like a 12. I don't know. Or a 10. Like
okay, wait. Which other than me are you interpreting?
Other than me, like literally like
interests?
Having their own interests and like pursuing what they want. I think it's really healthy because you don't have to spend all your time together.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have overlapping interests.
Yeah.
I think in some cases it would kind of be annoying if you had like everything in common.
Yeah.
Because like if you wanted time to like for Gab like go play tennis with his friends, like
then he might feel like
time, like instead of being like, oh, Kristen's coming like with me everywhere. Not that he doesn't want you there,
right? Of course,
but like having your own interests and your own outlet. I think it's healthy. Like
definitely.
Yeah, like if I was into golf, I think Bud would be like, no, this is my safe space.
No, don't come here.
Yeah. And then like if he was also like a hip hop dancer, which I'd be like, okay, but like we don't have to do every
We're not dancing together. Yeah.
Like I think, side note though, I do think it'd be fun to take like salsa classes together, or
we
like
were literally talking. We are trying to do that.
Yes. Okay. Bud and I found this one studio near one of the escape rooms we went to. I think they were in.
Can you tell what Claire's into?
I think it was in Queen Anne or like Belltown area, but they have like weekly classes, and we were like, oh, we should do this.
Okay, when Gab's back in town, we should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we were literally. I need to show you. We took a very cringy video. I want to do like. I saw this time-lapse video of this couple that was like traveling through Europe or whatever, and they were taking snippets, and it's like they did like this one dance in every country they were in, and they stitched it together, and I thought it was really cute. So we started doing that in Mexico, but we spent like 15
one down
we spent like 15 minutes trying to figure out how to waltz, because usually I lead, because I was always having to dance like as the male because I was tall for Hawaii standards. So and there were always never enough dudes, so it's like, okay, Kristen, you're gonna be the dude. I'm like, so there was some leading issue. Spent about 20 minutes trying to deliberate that.
It's fine. It's fine. Whatever.
It's whatever. You don't learn to follow or whatever. Don't like that. Anyways.
Yeah, I learned that Bud actually like knows some swing dancing, so I was like, amazing.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Remember when we would go swing dancing in like freshman year of college?
I only went like once.
I mean, I only went once as well, but
like,
we went.
Yeah. I said, no thanks.
I was getting thrown around way too much. That was the thing. And then he would be like, I want to try this new trick. And I'm like, bud.
Not with me.
Not me. Not I. No, thank you.
Yeah, I think I was still so awkward that like the swing dance club that was at our school, it was open to other people who weren't students as well. So it was like random people could come and like ask you to dance, which is in theory nice. But me being awkward, I was like, no.
No, thank you.
I don't know you. So, Mom! Stranger danger! Literally. So, that was a no for me, but
it's fine. It's whatever.
Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, do we still want to do another 10?
Yeah, we can, or we can do whatever order.
Okay.
Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, he's a 10, but he takes longer than you to get ready.
Ooh, okay.
Like he cares about his looks more than you. I'm gonna generalize it now. I'm gonna go out. Like takes longer than you to get ready, cares more about his looks than you.
I would say like a 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
like
too.
It's not detrimental, but it could be annoying.
Yeah, it has the potential to be a 6.
Yeah.
I will say, actually, if he takes longer than me to get ready, I'm already gonna demote him to like an 8 because I take fucking long to get ready. And if you're taking longer than me, I gotta add in more buffer. Like
that's true.
I can't do that.
I don't take long to get ready.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not that big of a difference, but if I were to take long, I'd be like kind of annoyed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's partly my issue. I recognize that because I take long as shit, but that's why. If you take even longer than me, we're never gonna go anywhere at that point.
Exactly. Okay.
So 8 if he takes longer than me. If he cares more about his looks than me, already has the potential to be demoted to a 6 because that could be annoying.
Yeah.
Like I don't want a narcissist. That's the thing. Like,
yeah, that's true. It's like a fine line between like being confident in how you look and like wanting to look nice just to look nice. But like, yeah, narcissism, not a vibe.
Not a vibe.
Hashtag narcissism is not a vibe.
100%. Okay, your turn.
Right.
As I sip my coffee.
He's a 10.
You can't see because it's behind the mic, but just know that.
It's just a straw coming out of your mic.
It might be coffee, might not.
Ooh, who knows?
You won't know.
He's a 10, but he's got a fatter ass than me. Listen.
No.
I would keep a 10.
I'll keep a 10. With limits. I'm already gonna be pissed as hell. If he has a nicer butt than me, I'm gonna be hella salty.
I would be so grateful. I would just look at it all the time.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I want...
That's what the highlight of baseball games is, just their butts.
Yes.
Not the actual game.
Okay, see, when people are like, why do you like baseball? I'm like, think about it a little bit.
That's the only thing I pay attention to. I don't even know what's going on.
100%. Well, 50%. It is definitely what I pay attention to. But I also do enjoy baseball because I'm weird like that. Happens when you're raised that way.
Yeah.
But
I think it was going around the internet, that one video of a guy getting him the butt with the baseball, and I was like, damn, boy.
And then he bounces. Okay, for context, the baseball runs, gonna graze his ass, and he just kind of like hip bumps it and bounces the ball back.
It's amazing.
It's great. Honestly,
it's a piece of artwork.
It's talent.
Yeah.
It's just pure talent. I love it. I'm jealous, actually. I'm mostly jealous.
I am too. God.
So,
I wish
yeah.
I had, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
In booty we pray.
10s all
Amen.
around.
In booty we pray. Amen. Okay.
Okay. Do you want to do
A not 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just saw this on the list here, so I'm going to do it. He's a 3, but he tips well.
Ooh. That is a highlight.
Yeah.
Any like good treatment of service workers or anything like that is like a huge plus.
For sure.
I don't know, like a 7.
7?
Yeah.
Dude, say mine. I was like,
We are
I was
one
thinking,
brain cell.
this is why there were a lot of jinx going around on that trip.
It's true.
So yeah, easily a 7 for me.
Yeah.
Did I tell you? But I feel like there's also lines. But going strictly off of this prompt, if he tips well, easily a 7.
Yeah. And I guess like in a similar vein, like if he's nice to working staff
100%.
or service workers.
Those are just pluses.
Yeah.
The more he is. I agree.
Definitely.
Okay. Your turn.
Alrighty. He's a 6, but he has no social media. I feel like this is a conflicting one, actually.
Yeah. I totally agree. What's your take on it?
I just burped, sorry.
Cute.
I don't know if I think he would stay the same.
That's what I was thinking too. I was going to keep him at a 6.
Yeah, because if he has no social media, that means like he doesn't spend a lot of time on his phone. Like he doesn't spend,
at least on social media. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
We have friends, well, like our one friend who doesn't really use Instagram and have any social media, but he's always on Reddit. So he will, there's no guarantee, but at least he's not.
Would you consider Reddit social media though?
That's true. I guess.
Because it is like a platform for a lot of people to converse on.
I guess then, yeah. Yeah, I guess Reddit would be social media. So then thinking about that, and if he would then not be on even Reddit, yeah, I guess then maybe he wouldn't be on his phone as often. In theory.
Yeah, like I think it would be he wants to like take in his current environment and like enjoy the time now to where like he wouldn't be consumed by his phone all the time, which would be nice. But at the same time, being like so disconnected from the world is kind of like there's a happy medium to where like you can have social media but not be on it all the time.
Yeah.
Or like check on
it's a really hard line to balance for sure, but
yeah, I don't know. I think it would be the same.
Same. I have a much more superficial answer for why I keep it the same, but
okay, go.
Those reasons plus like I want to be posted about. Like it's not like okay, like come on.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
I know that my partner loves me, whatever. But I want to be fucking shown off, you know? Like
that is true.
I don't need you to post just about me. Like no, I don't need to be all of your feed in every single picture after we start dating. Of course not. I don't want that. Post about your other interests, what you're doing in your life, all that jazz. But like every once in a while, I want to like happy anniversary, baby, like little posts. I feel like that's a bare minimum thing to ask.
Honestly.
If he has social media, of course. And then if he doesn't have social media, I would be sad to not have that little boost of serotonin that we seek of validation from the outside world.
Yeah.
Not that I need it, but it's always nice.
Yeah, it could also kind of be like a red flag if he like doesn't, well, say, okay, now I'm kind of changing it. Say he has social media and then doesn't post.
No.
That's
that's a huge
negative.
Red flag.
Yeah.
That's a huge red flag for me. And I feel like I've also seen so many threads, stories of girls who, have been in relationships where they're not getting posted about and then later find out they're being cheated on. Not saying that's the case all the time, obviously, but I feel like that's usually a sign that leads to that. So if I'm not getting posted about, that's already in the back of my head and I'm freaking out about that.
Yeah. So I had a previous boyfriend who had social media but never posted me about me on it. Okay. And like it was actually where I forgot who I was talking to. We were in a bar or something and I was like kind of complaining about it. But it was when my boyfriend had like flown in to visit me and oh my god, who was it? It's gonna.
Who was your boyfriend?
No. Which one again? But someone was like taking pictures of us and he's like, you better, like talking to my boyfriend now, he's like, you better post this, like you have to show her off, like why wouldn't you want to show her off, and like
and this was the person that you were complaining to before.
Yeah. And so
good friend,
like,
good friend.
Foreshadowing though, because then I broke up with him at the end of the trip. So
was it because he wasn't posting about you or other things?
I think it was other things. We were doing long distance. He was out in Chicago and I was in Washington and like we were super busy. It was really hard to find time for us to just like talk on the phone.
Yeah.
So wasn't great anyway, but
happens.
You know,
happens. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Okay, this one's more for me. I highlighted it. That's why Claire laughed. He's a 5, but he's organized. 10. If not 12 for me.
She said 100.
Listen. I don't need much. If you clean up after yourself, already brownie points.
Yes.
Ooh, also inverse of that. He's a 10, but he's a pig. Like
Oh,
his
absolutely
environment,
not.
like lives like he's in a frat house, you know, like just disgusting, messy.
Gross. Here's the thing. I'm not the cleanest person either. There's a thing between, though, being messy and being dirty.
Yes. Oh my God. Me and AJ talk about this all the time,
Yeah.
where we're like, there's a difference between being messy and being unhygienic, is what he
Yes.
always says, and I'm like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
Like my place is never like really 100% organized. Like I have random stuff on my counter over there and things like that.
But it's clean.
But yeah, it's not dirty. Like I don't feel dirty living here.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a fine line. So if he's dirty, like a 0. If
Yeah.
he's messy, I get it. But if it's
Happens.
like, yeah, it's kind of like if he leaves a lot of, I guess, like the common area is dirty like all the time, then I'm gonna be like, this is kind of annoying. It's like living with a roommate situation.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, there are some exceptions, like when, like I hate doing the dishes, so sometimes I'll leave dishes in the sink and like during the beginning of the day and then like have to put them away at the end of the day situation.
I think that's normal. Like,
yeah,
like I'm organized, sure, but like I've tried to say before, I think I recognize not everyone's as OCD about me as I am, but things like that, I feel like that's normal. Like I have days where I'm like that too, so I'm not completely psychopathic. And that's normal. It's if it's always, oh look, that was even the next bullet. It was if he's a 10 but his place is, wow, look at that, didn't even read ahead. But yeah, so if he's a 10 but his place is unhygienic,
0.
yeah, 0. I was gonna try to maybe give him a 2, but actually no, I could never.
No.
I could absolutely never date someone like that. So 0.
Yeah.
If it's a little messy, within reason, bump him down to an 8, make him a little bit more human. But yeah, I think a little bit messy within reason, maybe 8.
Yeah, and I will say, like, sometimes I have like, I think it comes with like my ADHD, I'll have like fits of where I just have to clean everything. Yeah. And so sometimes like I'll get annoyed with like myself and be like, ew, and then I have to like organize everything.
Yes.
So,
yes, absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely. I definitely have. When we came back from our trip, well, I came back. My partner's still on the trip.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever.
He's just enjoying Mexico.
Yeah.
Just
Freaking rude.
in his boutique hotel.
When he hears this, he's going to hate me for telling you, but it's fine.
You're welcome. Calling you out.
But yeah, so when I came back, I was like, I mean, our place wasn't messy, but like, we left at 3 a.m. kind of just like the little mini hurricane of trying to pull stuff together at the last minute. And I was like, this is disgusting. And I was exhausted as shit. But I did a light cleaning of our entire place. And I was like, we're gross. Need to clean this up.
Yeah. There is one thing that like I guess I got from my mom. So mom, if you're listening to this,
She will be.
I blame you. 100%.
She 100% is listening to this.
Yes. She, every single time growing up before we went on a trip, we would have to clean the entire apartment, get very organized, because she was like, I want to come home to a clean house and not have to worry about like after we've been traveling for a week and we're tired to like organize everything. Yeah. And so I got that from her. And so now every single time I leave the house or for like vacation, I have to make sure like my bed is done, like everything has to be organized in my room, like the apartment has to be like in order. It doesn't have to be 100% clean, but like just to where I can come home and like not have to worry about like putting things away again and like having it feel messy. So now
I have the same mentality. I need to.
Yeah, so now I do that, and I'm like forcing Bud to do that too. Yeah. So when we were like getting up before our Mexico trip, like luckily we had everything packed, but we were like obviously 3 a.m. Like,
yeah, same.
Not functioning at full force. And so he like I think I went into the bathroom and we were like getting ready to leave, and then like the bed, he had just kind of pulled the cover up, and I was like, no. Like we're gonna have to redo this right now. Yep. He's like, sorry. I'm like, it's fine, but we just no. Just know I'm gonna be like this.
Yeah. This will not change.
Yeah, but that's like the one thing.
Yeah, that's usually. I know I just said that we didn't do that on this trip, but it was more just like the leftover Amazon boxes that I didn't put away.
All the Amazon boxes.
Well, I didn't put it. That's his job. breaking down boxes is my partner's job because I don't know, he likes breaking them down. I hate it. It's annoying to me, but he enjoys it. So it's one of those nice exchanges where he's like, Amazon boxes, and breaks it all down, and I'm like, yay, packages.
That's good. That's a good
Gifts
balance.
for me. He gets to break down a box. You know?
Yeah.
Works out. So have a lot of boxes for you to break down when you get back, babe. May or may not have happened.
Oh, he's a 10, but he's still hung up on his ex.
No. Absolutely
like
not.
negative 100. Like, why are you even dating if you're hung up on your ex? Go to therapy. Go to
therapy. Like, I get if you're upset over things that happen, you know, like there's some wounds there, but as long as it's the key word here I think is still hung up on it. That's where it's a no for me. Like, I'll still talk shit about my exes. Fuck it. Like,
we did last week.
You know, like, I'll talk shit about them, whatever. It's part of your right as being the ex, but yeah, I'm not hung up. You know, you can be upset over what happened, but don't be hung up over it. And that's where, if you're still hung up on them, what, like you said, what's the point of us dating?
Yeah. Or, okay, another question then. He's a 10, but he's like says all of his exes are crazy.
Like 3. Honestly.
I would say 0 again. Like, you can't say that every single one of your exes was absolutely crazy. Like, who's the like, that's gaslighting.
Yeah, 101. That's true.
Like, obviously there's a reason you broke up and it didn't work out. Yeah. But you can't be like, oh, she was crazy.
Yeah. I think that if he says, oh, she was crazy for all of them, yeah, maybe a 0. I think recognizing that I want to give leeway of, like, sometimes we just have really bad taste. Like, I would assert a lot of my exes were not great either. Maybe borderline on crazy, but I don't think I would keep, it's the reiterating it every time, being like, oh, my ex is crazy, my ex is crazy. It's more like, I would only say that if my partner asked about them, and then I'd be like, yeah, they weren't great, or he was crazy because of these reasons, whatever. But I wouldn't just I think it's more the dismissal too, if they're like, oh, she's crazy, and just passes it off without reason. And if he says that about every single one of them, then, like you said, it's like, okay, like, what's the common denominator? Is it really them, or are you interpreted them as crazy? Yeah. And that's why you guys broke up, and really you're the common denominator.
Yeah. Like, I totally understand having, like, the 1 or 2, like, actually, like, it was just dysfunctional, it was not good. Yeah. Like, you can say that, but yeah.
We all have questionable taste every once in a while. Happens.
Yeah. If it's every single one of your exes, you're like...
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Yeah.
But, no bueno. Okay. Oh, wait, that's cute. Okay, I want to do these two. Okay. He's a 6, but he remembers everything about you.
I think that's a 10.
That's a 10. That's cute as hell.
Yeah. He listens and he, like, cares enough to remember. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That reminds me of, I've been seeing, like, TikTok trends of, so I'm sorry to the guys who have girlfriends who are listening to this, because now I'm going to add a pressure to you. Sorry, not sorry. But there was these TikTok trends of, like, girls videoing, like, their boyfriend's phone, and it was like, he would have a note that lists, like, all the little things that he remembers about, like, her Starbucks order, her, I don't know, shoe size, like, her size for clothes, like, things like that, like, little things that will help him later for whatever. And then usually it's followed by a stitch of a guy with the phone like this to his face, and he's like, yo, delete this before my girlfriend sees it and asks me where the fuck her note is. So sorry to the dudes who have girlfriends who are listening to this. This will happen, but yes. I thought that was cute as shit too. I was like, where's my note?
I know.
That'd be cute as hell.
I do remember, and after asking him like 5 times about it, I do remember his favorite movie now.
What's his favorite movie?
Independence Day, which I haven't seen.
A different issue entirely.
Yeah. And now it's drilled into my brain.
But at least you know what it is now. Yeah. That's fair. I'm trying to think of what mine.
We'll cut this part out.
We'll skip. Your turn.
Right.
Moving on.
He's a 10, but he's shorter than you.
If that's the only thing, he's
Listen.
still a 10.
Yeah.
I
I think if anything, guys let this affect them more than girls do.
Yeah.
Truly, girls don't really care unless you are insecure about it.
Girl, like, there are still superficial girls out there. Like, I get
For
that.
sure.
So, as long as you are not aiming to date one of those superficial girls.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, as long as, like, if she wants to wear heels and you're insecure about it, like,
that's on you.
That's on you. Or, like, if you let it stop you from dating girls who are taller than you, that's on you. Like, there are, like you said, a lot of girls who still want, like, taller guys, but that's just their own preference. Like, everyone has their preferences. It can go both ways. But really...
But I don't think it would demote anything. For me, it wouldn't demote. It's always going to be a plus if you're taller than me, of course. But I don't think it would take away if you're shorter than me, really.
I don't mind, as long as you don't mind. But at the same time, I think a lot of from a girl's perspective, a lot of the times when it annoys me is when they, like, lie about their height. You meet them in person. They're, like, the same height as you, and they're like, oh my god, you're so tall. I'm like, no, one of us just didn't lie about their height. And then, like, they'll keep bringing it up. Like, how tall are you? Like, all this stuff. I'm like, bro, just, like, embrace it. You're 5'5". Like, that's fine. You know? Like, I don't know.
We were literally talking about that yesterday because I went to the pool and we were talking about height differences, and then I told my friends what you said on our Mexico trip, because we were also talking about height at this point. Yeah. And then we're in the pool, we're hanging out, and you were having this very similar spiel of men lying about their heights, especially on dating profiles and stuff like that. And then you're like, you know how there's that joke, guys have that joke of, oh, take her to the pool on your first date so you can see her what she's like without makeup. Bro, take them to the pool on your first date, stand in the 6-foot zone and see if you can touch the floor. And I was like,
that's so true.
She was unhinged. She was unhinged on this day.
I was unwell.
But it was fucking
I was like, three mango tangos in.
I was a few margaritas in, and I was like clutching my pearls. I was unwell.
She was too stunned to
speak.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. But I mean, point made, you know? You were absolutely right. Okay. You want to do a few more?
Yeah.
Cool. So, what if he's a 10, but he's constantly talking about himself? I feel like this goes with the narcissistic thing. 0 for me.
Yeah. It's like, just get yourself a mirror and date that. I don't know.
Short and sweet 0 on that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your turn, my gal.
Oh. Just ASMR from Kristen in the corner. Sorry, I was reading all the options we had.
I was giving some background noise while you were reading.
Okay, interesting. He's an 8, but he doesn't work out.
I mean, still an 8. I feel like not working out is not an issue for me. The issue is when it becomes unhealthy.
Ding, ding. Yes, I'm on the same page. Yeah, it's not about working out, but if he doesn't care about his health, and like just takes poor care of himself, that's. I think
you don't need to hit the gym, but do something active, like fucking play like do something active. Would you consider that working out? I wouldn't. So that's why I'm like.
It could be considered a workout. It's like different between like there are a lot of people who don't like to work out, and that's totally fine. Yeah. And like it doesn't affect me, but if they're just like. Eating terrible, like not going to the doctors, not like just in general, like I guess it kind of goes back to hygienics and like just taking care of themselves as a person. This sounds weird, but in some ways I feel like that's kind of selfish if you want to be in a relationship, because
like I was telling you about the heterosexual relationships and how men only benefit. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, do you want to explain that
a
little bit?
Yeah, we're gonna explain it again. Did I say this on the last episode?
I don't think so.
Bro, did I?
Just pause, zoom in.
I feel like I did, but on the off chance that I did it, I'm so sorry if I did, and I'm going to now reiterate it again on another episode. But think I did. Fuck. But now I'm already down this track. So there was a study done between heterosexual relationships and showing how in a heterosexual, I think it was marriage specifically, in a heterosexual marriage, I don't have the reference anymore, so I'm like quoting off the cuff, but in a heterosexual marriage, men's health significantly increase and they benefit from the relationship, whereas women's will significantly decline, and it's because the men no longer feel the need to take care of themselves, and the woman will usually monitor the man's health for them and kind of like push them to take care of themselves, like, oh, here's your doctor's appointment, like, don't forget to do, like, you coughed funny yesterday, here's your doctor's appointment, go to, like, just show your ass up here.
Yeah.
Whereas the woman will probably neglect some of her own symptoms, and then no one is looking after her, and that, like, the man doesn't really reciprocate that type of looking out perspective. So the man doesn't need to look out for himself, plus the woman already is for him, so he's increasing. The woman's not looking out for herself because she's too busy monitoring the man, and then the man's not monitoring her, and no one's taking care of her, so it's disproportionate.
Yeah. So not good. Yeah, I think it's, for me, not so much you need to hit the gym every single day, but it's like wanting to be healthy for yourself. Yeah. And like for the future, because if you're not healthy now, it can just lead to so many health problems later, to where it lands on like the significant other and the family and like all that stuff. Yeah. So in that way, I kind of feel like it's a little selfish when you just decide not to take care of yourself. Yeah. If you want to be in a relationship. If you're on your own, don't want to be in a relationship, do whatever the fuck you want.
Right. You still should, but like, you should, that's your choice. Yeah. And it's your choice hindering you, right? If you're making those choices in a relationship, like you said, it's now a hindrance to your partner, and that's not fair. Yeah. All right. Couple more. What do you want to do? Yeah. Oh. Okay. He's a 10, but he asks you to split the bill on the first date.
This is the part of the patriarchy that I do enjoy.
100%. Fuck it. I reap the benefits of this. Yeah. Well, don't now, but.
Yeah. But it's okay.
It's okay. Not the point here.
I think I don't think there's any problem with splitting the bill on the first date if like the girl wants to pay for it. So like there are a lot of the times where girls will say, oh, let's split it, because this is a societal pressure though, because if we let you pay, in some ways it's like, oh, now we owe you something, which we don't, but it can be interpreted in that way. So I think that there's a pressure for women to be like, oh, I'll split the bill if like the date didn't go well or something like that. But
so they're not obligated, so the woman isn't obligated to you after, at the end of the date, and especially if it went bad, you want to cut that shit off right quick. So it's kind of like paying your dues, like writing your balance, trying to get you guys to net zero, I think. But I don't know. I think it's kind of tacky if you're just like, hey, can we split the bill? Yeah. But I don't know. It's the one part of the patriarchy where I do enjoy taking advantage of it. I think it's even more tacky if you asked her out. Yeah. For me, I feel like the person who initiated the date and asked for the date should kind of be responsible. So like if I asked you out, I would want to pay for the bill. I would at least do my very bestest to like, I don't know, if he really wants to pay for whatever reason, I'm still going to fight you for it for sure, you know, because I asked you out, so I'm going to make sure it's covered. So I would expect that if you asked me out, and it goes well, you're going to pay for it. Yeah. Or at least make an effort to pay for it. I'm still going to, just because how I was raised, I'm still going to offer to split the bill, like you said, but if you ask me, that's already a turn off for me. Yeah. That's already a... Yeah, like why would you first ask me out, then take me to a place where you I guess can't afford to take me. I'm okay with a cheap date if that's all you can afford. I'm okay with like picnic dates. All you do is get crackers and cheese and grapes and like head to the beach. Bro, I was just gonna say ice cream date. Like I don't need much, like that's fine, and if that's all you can afford, that's fine. But don't ask me out on a date for something you can't afford, really. Like don't, especially if you can't afford it and you're trying to like impress me, like, but then if you're trying to impress me, take me out somewhere bougie, but then you can't afford it, that's where I'm like, then why are we here? Yeah. Agreed. No good. Agreed. No good. Okay. Do you got any off the top of your head?
I do, and I wish I could show you guys this meme. If I take a screenshot and we can like put it somewhere on the screen, it would be great. But if not, he's a 10, but he sleeps like this. It's just like a meme of a cat, like just face down on the comforters, and just he's like just like he's logging or planking.
No.
I just find it so funny.
No.
I don't know. Like a 6.
Yeah.
It's just, why are you sleeping like that?
Why are you built like that? Oh, I just realized too. I completely forgot about this. So on our Instagram, we had posted that we were going to do this do this trend. Yeah. And we asked for some suggestions from y'all. And
we can finish it off with suggestions.
I do have them somewhere yonder.
All right. I'm ready.
So the first one is from Claire.
It's from an anonymous
person. So anonymous person at Claire _Noel97
who could that
says, who could that possibly be? He uses Snapchat as a way of communication.
0.
Oh, so he's a 10, but
yes,
insert that.
0.
Yeah, I would give him a 5 at best, honestly. It's for me. Yeah, if he uses it as a way of communication in the beginning, I don't have an issue with it. Especially if I'm still trying to sketch out if you're creepy or not, because at least I can block. Like, I wouldn't want you having my number, you know? Then maybe. But if you use Snapchat as your primary form of communication and only form of communication, like 3, I think.
All right.
What about for you?
0.
Do you want to elaborate?
Clear. Listen, I think that, I don't know, it's just like my personality where it's like, even when we start dating, if you only want to like use Snapchat, I'm like, no, like absolutely not. I think it's a red flag for me because it's mostly used for pictures. Like the content of the pictures is not like, oh, I'm just gonna take a picture of a wall and then like send you a message. Just text me then. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
It's always like slowly it will grow to being something else, like wanting to start sexting or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm not really into that, especially if I don't know you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're expecting me to just like send these pictures of myself to you. But again, this is like my personality. Girls do what you want to do.
Right. But for you.
But for me, it's like, I don't want that to be what our, like the foundation is built on.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
And then even more so, it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't really see a value in Snapchat. I think it's like...
That's fair. I feel like it's a little outdated now.
Oh my God. Kristen just died. This will now be a solo podcast.
I just got attacked by a sneeze and she left me to die.
I needed to continue my rant on Snapchat.
We had more important things to cover.
Listen, I don't know. I think it's just kind of gross in general.
That's fair. Yeah. I was really into Snapchat at one point in time, you know, early college when it was definitely a thing. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'll qualify it with like then. I don't think it would have hindered me much, but like in today's now definitely would be like, yeah. Actually, maybe a 2. Very low. Yeah. Not considered, really.
Yeah.
At that point for me. Okay. I got another one. My phone is doing fine. Okay. He's a 10, but he only wears flip-flops, no other type of shoe.
You need a man who cares about his Achilles. Guys, if you don't know Tefi Pusella, she is a wonderful woman who is on Drew Afwalo's podcast a little bit ago. They were talking about a guy just like walking in vans on the beach, just like kicking up sand.
Why would you wear shoes on the beach?
Listen, you need a man who cares about his Achilles.
Now we need to send this to her.
honestly.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Not good.
So what's your rating?
Like, I guess if you lived literally on the beach, that would be fine. But if you're a person who lives like,
A normal person?
say you live in Seattle, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, there are hiking trails. Like, you were gonna wear flip-flops on hiking trails?
Yeah.
What if it's winter? What if there's snow?
I did have friends from Hawaii who would live in Colorado. I'm thinking of one friend specifically. I wonder if he knows this is about him. And he would only wear, like, it'd be winter, like, good 3-4 inches of snow on the ground in Colorado. No. Board shorts and Scott's to class. And he'll send me videos of him just, like, trekking through the snow. And I'm like, you're
the health of your
fucking
feet.
psychotic.
The health of your feet.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
No, I was like, bud, come on.
Yeah. I don't know. That is, I don't know, like a 5, 4.
Yeah, I
Me.
think location
is a big part of it.
is a big part. If you're, like you said, somewhere sunny and tropical, I think it would bring you from a 10 to like maybe an 8.
Yeah.
If it was somewhere here, like where we live in Seattle, and it's cold as shit, you're dropping to at least a 5 for me.
Yeah.
At least,
Yeah.
if not lower.
It just like seems so dirty. Like if it's
Yeah.
raining and all the dirt's everywhere and you're just flopping around in your flip flops and it's like then your feet are all dirty. Your feet are dirty. Feet are already disgusting.
Oh my god! And then oh my gosh, when they like slipper and then like turn over your feet and it's black underneath.
Yeah. Gross.
No. Absolutely.
Humans should not have feet.
Just cut off your feet.
Feet are just gross. So
Claire has
let's
some
not add
strong
to it.
opinions about feet.
Yeah.
Anywho, all right, so that's that. Ooh, I'm really interested to see what you say on this one. He's a 10, but he hates pets/animals.
0.
I
You
knew
don't deserve any
she was gonna
happiness
say
in life.
0. If they hate them, yeah, I think at least a 3 for me. Like serious drop. Ooh,
If he doesn't like them, that means he's a serial killer.
That's fair. Actually, I think even serial killers would. Well, because
They only like them to kill them.
Yeah, part of the trifecta. So even serial killers like animals. So think about that. They like them dead, but they like them. Okay. Last one. This one is a toughie boy. All right. He's a 10, but he's a mama's boy. I have thoughts.
3.
Okay.
Here's my logic.
Ooh, I lied. There's 2 more, but this one's... Well, there could be 2 more. Let's start with
Okay.
these 2. Or this one.
I would say 3. Because 1, it is important for me to know that you find women
10 to a 3?
10 to a 3. It's important that you have important women in your life that you look up to, for sure.
Definitely.
However, mama's boys don't know how to take care of themselves. They want their girlfriends to end up being the new surrogate mom, which I am not your mom.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself to some extent.
Yeah.
Like, and they just like will always compare you to them. They don't know how to do things on their own. It's like a weird like stunted area if they're like a full mama's boy.
Yeah.
And then they just have like other issues with women that are weird. I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah, I think for the stereotypical way mama's boy is used in a slightly derogatory way, I think I would also demote to, like maybe a 3 or 4. A 4. But probably not dateable still for me.
Yeah.
But I did, so backstory. My partner, he is the youngest and only boy in his family. So, and he has a really great relationship with his mom. But before we started dating, I was like, okay, there's 2 ways this can go. We got 2, he has a really strong, like, relationship with his mom. He will, like, they text each other, like, little check-in texts every day, like, how's your day going, blah, 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 good morning, good night, standard stuff. But I think it's, like, right on the edge. So I was like, okay, this can go 2 ways. And especially before I got to meet her.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I was like, we got 2 options here. It's either going to be how he has a close relationship with his mom, that's fine. And I really, like you said, I appreciate that he holds women of in his life of value, and he really respects his mom. I also respect his mom. His mom's freaking adorable. Anyways, so that's the good version, right? The way we could have went is if he was a stereotypical mama's boy, like you were describing earlier, where it's like they're hindered on their mom, and he would expect me to almost take over like the motherly, like take as a caretaker for him and expect me to do things for him. That wasn't gonna fly. So when I found out how, like, when he was telling me about his relationship with his mom, I was like looking for those red flag signs where I was like, how much, like, there's having a close relationship with your mom, and then there's being a mama's boy, the way that term is usually meant. Luckily we didn't get there, but I was like, at first I was like, but we're good. Luckily we're good, but it was, I got nervous. And then I think the other issue with dating a guy who's actually a mama's boy is the mom. Like, then when you get to, and this is what I was worried about. So when we cleared him for him being a mama's boy, I was like, okay, but does his mom think he's a mama's boy? And there can be that issue where now when you go to meet the mom, they have that expectation of, oh, you should be taking care of my boy, you know, like, and the mom expects you to take over her roles of like taking care of him, cook, clean, kind of falling into the 50s patriarchy, like housewife role for her son, your partner. That's red flag for me. And then even more so if they don't have boundaries with their son, if the mom doesn't have boundaries with their son, and then the son doesn't instantiate the boundaries of like always being there, kind of helicopter-y, you know, where they want to be involved in everything in their son's life, and then they try to like almost make it a competition with you, like, oh, okay, but like, I don't know, you do something nice for your partner, right? And then the mom's like, oh, but you won't do it as good as mom does it. It's like, okay,
but you forgot to do this too.
Or they correct you on the things. You're like, oh, that's cute, but he likes it this way. I'm like, sis, I could not date a guy whose mom was like that and treated him like a mama's boy either. So I think that's a twofer. It's like if he's the mama's boy, and then if the mom treats him like a mama's boy, like I feel like that's the encapsulation, and I could not do that.
Nope.
It's a no for me. Okay. Do you want to do these last two, or you want to call it there?
Up to you. What do you want to do?
Here, you want to read them?
Let's do this one.
Okay. So, last one. He's a 10, but he licks all your food.
0.
0 for sure. I could.
At that point, I think it's like a fetish.
It's a fetish, and it feels very territorial. I'm like, if you need to lick all my food.
There was one Am I the Asshole story where it was similar, and a girl was like, he likes to spit in our food when he's cooking. And I was like, that is, first of all, the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Because he was like, oh, it adds to the texture or something. I'm like,
it's spit.
Gross.
What texture?
Add water. I don't know. Like, what do you mean? So at that point, it's just like, it's a weird fetish thing that I just cannot get behind.
For sure.
It's weird and gross. No. Unless you like have a snack that you really don't want to share and just like, it's mine now.
I get it for the joke once in a while, but if they were to lick all my food every single time, could not. 0.
Why? That's weird. 0. Weird. You need to be hospitalized. Therapy.
It's so territorial. I don't like that.
If he's anything and he actually likes to go to therapy or is open to go to therapy, 10.
10.
Therapy's great.
10 for sure.
All right. Well, thanks all for joining. This was really fun. I liked it. I like judging people. I'm a Gemini.
Is that what we should name this episode? She's a Gemini.
We could just turn into a whole astrological podcast.
We could only get 12. At this point, 10 more episodes out of it.
We can pretend. we can get Button for Libra. We can get Gavin for Pisces.
My boyfriend is the least Pisces. Well, he's a Pisces, but he's also very much so not a Pisces. It's hilarious.
I feel like I'm in the weird middle of like, I understand like some things about being a Gemini, but like half the things I don't relate to at all.
Yeah.
But I think that's also part of like, oh, because you have a big 3, that's supposed to be like this, and this. And I'm like, I don't know any of that. So anyway.
We got to do research. Don't worry about it. We'll do research. But
yes. Thanks so much for joining us. If you have any, he's a 10, but, or he's a, give a number here, but, let us know. Cause I honestly love to read them and laugh at them.
Yeah. Mention it in the comments. Oh gosh, I keep hitting this cord. These are bloopers really now at this point. Mention it in the comments down below. Maybe we'll comment on them too. That'll be funsies.
Should we upload this to YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, we'll upload this to YouTube as well.
At some point. Hopefully
some point.
soon, but at some point.
Yeah, this will be a 3rd video, so maybe we can upload all 3 of them. Yeah, guys can go watch all 3 of them, do a little binging.
A binge of 3.
Yes. Okay, listen though. Play us on speed 2 because we're so much funnier twice as fast. I don't know what it is. I listen to us on 2 times speed. Highly recommend.
I feel like anything on 2 times speed is funnier and better.
Do it and let us know.
Remember when we were in college and I would listen to every YouTube video on 2 times speed, especially educational ones, and you called me fucking psychotic?
Yes. Okay, but this was before because I had never.
I was ahead of the times.
You were. I never knew you could do that. Like
I did it all in college, and Claire would like, I would be like studying in the kitchen, like playing my educational video, whatever the fuck, like how to fucking do this differential function like thing, doing my work, and she's like, what the fuck are you listening to? And I was like, homework. And she's like, it sounds like you're listening to Angry Chipmunks, which fair.
It did.
But so she would always get mad. You were like, you thought I was so unwell. She thought I was very unwell, which yes, but not for that. Listen, unrelated. They were unrelated.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know that you could do that with anything. Yeah. So like I would always just like watch on regular speed and then like kind of skip through the video to find like what I was looking for. But I didn't know you could actually play 2 times speed, and now it's a whole new world and it's like crazy. So do it. It's really fun.
Glad you came to the dark side.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. Anyways.
Getting back.
If you want to follow us on all of our social medias, it'll be somewhere on the screen. It's usually at the Midnight Memo. If it's not, it'll say so. I'm getting lazy.
At the Midnight Memo.
I'm getting lazy and don't want to keep saying all those things, but
more info down in the description as well on how to reach us. Don't forget, but feel free to reach out to us with any new episode ideas that you guys want. Tell us if you want that astrology episode that we probably will do anyways, but that's not the point here.
Yeah. Don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and also rate us because that would be amazing. It would help us so much. So, yeah, I think that's it.
We always say that we're going to shorten this, and then we don't. So,
you know
anyways.
What? We tried. It's all about intention.
Maybe one day we'll get it like we kind of half got our intro today.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Bye.
Well, bye.
Sorry, I cut you off. No.